What's up, my pungios? Andy Vlogs. The day has finally come where I can present to you, at least from my opinion and perspective, the iPhone 13 in all its glory. Yay, you're probably familiar with this type of case here. This is how they come nowadays. Let's go ahead and just jump right into it without even having to do any kind of an introduction. The iPhone 13 is quite a piece of technology. I want to start this review off by going over some of the tech and specs. I don't really dwell on that kind of stuff because I'm more of a lifestyle guy, and I want to share with you for my review today how you can use this in your everyday life. With that said though, understanding the key features will help you be able to decide how you're going to implement that into your life. So first and foremost, I want to talk about the screen. The screen is big. It's 6.1 inches diagonally. In their terms, it's called the Super Retina Display, XDR. This is an all OLED display with literally 460 ppi. That's 3250 by 1170 pixel resolution. The battery's big. It is Magsafe compatible, up to 15 watts on a Magsafe device, and then wireless charging up to 7.5 watts for non-Magsafe. Next thing to note is that it's 5G enabled. Basically all the bands that you need to know that it is compatible with. Front-facing camera is 12 megapixels. The back-facing camera is going to be 12 megapixels as well for the wide and ultra-wide camera. I have already muddied this phone to death, but very, very impressed. This is an awesome phone. First thing I'm noticing is the chassis here. The aluminum chassis around the edge is obviously a brushed metal. It's the midnight color. But what I'm noticing different here is that we've got a much more curved chassis. Obviously it's not a curved glass, but the chassis around the corner here is very round, and it feels that way for sure. You can see that the camera array is definitely that diagonal, much wider look. You've got almost a 3-step camera bump here, which I wasn't really keen on when I originally saw the keynotes, but now that it's in my hand and that I'm looking at it, that's definitely a very, very big triple step camera bump. Right on the top here, you've got your do not disturb button, your volume rocker, as well as your SIM tray, antenna bands. Coming around the top here, more of the antenna bands. Backside here, you've got your power button, more wireless bands. Alrighty, now that we've unboxed it here, very, very quick and simple, I'm going to try to do something a little bit different. This isn't going to be your in-depth camera review. This is going to be a review of how I use the phone and some of the accessories that I'm going to pair with it to make my lifestyle, my situation, my family environment much better. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. I'm really excited to be able to have this my daily driver for the next week or so and share with you guys what that looks like. Continuing on this motif here and showing you how I would consume this product on my daily driver here, iOS 15. It's pretty awesome. iOS 14 had a couple of shortcomings, but I think iOS 15 really brings those to home. Literally, in other words, when you swipe down, you actually have a full section of the Apple Home right in your control center. You can notice here that right next to the brightness on the screen, there's this thing called focus. This is what replaced like your do not disturb, your sleep, personal work, that kind of stuff. It took me a second to kind of figure out, but it's actually really nice. I really like how it does it, and it'll automatically change during the day as you obviously change your focus throughout the day. A lot of the interface is very much the same. You really can't see the screen and its refresh rate. It seems like it's really the same on the iPhone 13. The Pro Max is the one that's going to have that extra smooth display. Now, I went ahead and downloaded a bunch of different apps, and these are kind of my apps that I use on a daily basis for consuming content. When it comes to FaceTime, they have a lot of new features with regards to the camera. It goes into portrait mode during FaceTime. You can see it's blurring the background here as it goes into the portrait mode. That's pretty awesome. Notifications are different now. They group them together and they display a little bit differently. With iOS 15, they do change a little bit of the camera. You can see here that they've got photographic styles, so you can go in and it'll show you different features, different styles that you'll use kind of as hotkeys for different looks that you like. I don't really care. I just want to use standard with a little bit of warmth and a little bit of tone. So it'll incorporate that in some of my shots. When you take pictures, I mean, the camera is fantastic, using some of the best technology out there in the computational photography. The interface is very much the same. Down below, you've got all your different settings, but you have a couple of different new features, like this cinematic video, where it used shallow depth of field to make cinematographic shots. So this is kind of what replaced that portrait mode. You can see they're utilizing the really blurry background as if I had like a 50mm or a 35mm lens on an SLR camera, just like this. This camera has a shallow depth of field because it's a prime 35mm. I'm gonna take some video with it. As you guys can see, it looks like the front-facing camera is significantly stabilized than from the iPhone 12. I always hated taking shots with, I shook it there on purpose so you guys could see. But for the most part, it does have some software in there that stabilizes that front-facing camera, and I think it's a pretty decent work. Continuing to show you my screen here, you've got on just regular video, you can switch from HD to 4K. On HD, you've got 30 frames a second, 60 frames a second, and then on 4K, you've got 30, 60, 24, which is kind of cool if you want to go cinematic. Obviously on the slow-mo, this is where it's going to be doing the 120, but it only has the ability to do 1080p. I really think that's impressive on this front-facing camera. You've got 4K 60, and I think it looks good. Let's flip it over to the other side here. On video, you have a lot more choices here. You've got 4K 60. Showing you here a few more of the different choices here. This is 1080p at 60. You've got 1080p 30, 4K 60, 24, 30. We just changed to the ultra wide, and that doesn't seem like as ultra wide as the Pro Max, at least the 12 Pro Max. It seems like it's like an 18 to 20mm. It seems like also that the ultra wide does have some stabilization. That was my biggest issue with the 12 Pro Max, is the stabilization on the ultra wide was garbage enough that I couldn't handhold it. Taking some video here on the regular video. This is the 1080p 60, but it seems like it's stabilizing really well. When we go to the ultra wide though, there isn't as much stabilization. You can see how shaky it is right here on the edge. That's a little unfortunate. I wish it was better. Cinematic mode is still on the front-facing camera, which is really nice. Again, it's going to be getting that blur you can already see on my screen. It's putting this in focus. My finger. Ooh, look at that. You can kind of notice something interesting here going on with some parallax. As you put your finger closer to the lens, it can't obviously put it into focus, but you're noticing some aberration there going on. I wonder if that still reflects on the video. Yeah, look at my knuckle. You can see that it's got, you know, some shadowing going on. Even though it is in focus, it's got like some haloing effect. That still reflects on the video. Yeah, look at my knuckle. You can see that it's got, you know, some shadowing going on. Even though it is in focus, it's got like some haloing effect. So in that same light, folks, there's two different apps that I use to edit video and photos. I use this app called InShot, and I use Snapseed by Google. InShot is a free app, obviously, to get the watermark out, and you have to pay. I've paid it. I recommend it. It was only 35 bucks if you're going to be doing content. It's something that's so good. I'm going to show you some of the great features of this. So this shot was obviously taken 3x4, so you can go in here and change the frame. If you want to post it to Instagram, it's got all these presets. Instagram, they've got 1:1 if you want, and then they've got obviously the 4:5. 16:9 is going to be for TikTok and Reels. You can go in and adjust the zoom so you don't have that blur on the background. You can even zoom it out. The background, again, you can make a solid color if you wanted. You can make it a gradient if you wanted as well. Then you can go in and add all these filters. They've got these presets. Here is the adjustments where you can go in and manually adjust the lightness, contrast, brightness, that kind of stuff, warmth. You can add stickers. They've got complete like sets of stickers here. There's my photo. It's beautiful. As far as video making, I use InShot exclusively. All right, again, I'm going to be doing 16:9, so I'm going to be changing the frame and applying this all to everyone. You can make it shorter, you can crop it, you can go into this pre-cut, and you can like do splits if you want to do a multi-split as well. You've got something that I really like. You've got these little transitions. You also have like these more specific transitions that come with it if you pay for it. It's just a fantastic product. I really like InShot and I highly recommend it. Same kind of thing on Snapseed. You can go in on Snapseed, has a few more refined adjustments. If I'm doing something professional, you can throw really high quality picture here and pull out a lot of good information. But nonetheless, you can still use all of these different features to you know, build it out. All right, Ponyo, in the ways of lifestyle and the review here, guys, I use Magsafe pretty much every day. I don't ever charge with my charging cable. It's kind of interesting. I've picked up a couple of these Magsafe battery banks and they've been fantastic. This is the iWALK 6,000 milliamp battery bank that is compatible with Magsafe. Nonetheless, the batteries here on the iPhone 13s are fantastic. But if you're playing games, watching movies, Netflix and chill, you need something at the end of the day that will give you that oomph. And with that, this product certainly does. It charges, it has a little LED on the back, and the best thing here is it's got a little ring, and it can sit. It can like prop up your phone. So you got yourself like a little, not only horizontal, but a portrait mode stand. It's fantastic. This is something I highly recommend. Nonetheless, just to let you know, in the way of disclosure, this product was given to me by the company iWALK. This is a must, and this feature, as funny as it is something that I use literally every day. You need yourself a adapter. This is a Usbc adapter here. The company here at iWALK reached out to me and provided me this 20-watt fast charge battery. I connect it to the iPhone Apple Magsafe Charging station. This is not only for your iPhone 12 and 13, but obviously for your Apple Watch. So I highly recommend, you know, since you don't have a plug, that you pick one up. Links down below in the description. This company did give it to me. I've also done a separate video on that. But this iPhone 13 leather case with Magsafe is definitely going to help you with that comfort, right? That's what it comes down to. Inspecting the case here, you've got this nice felt back. You can obviously see the Magsafe circle there. That's going to give you the extended magnet so it can obviously attach to those devices that do Magsafe. The leather, however, looks really nice as the embossed Apple logos right there in the middle. It's pretty fun. It looks like it wraps all the way around until it stretches inside of the case. Let's go ahead and place it in the device. It says to go through the camera first. So you go at an angle from the camera first, like that, and then you kind of snap it over. With that said, this is really sleek. I'm really liking it. Guys, we're going to be going over a really cool vlogging kit. The folks over at MOVO reached out to me and provided this kit complimentary so that I can share with you guys, you know, what I use as a way of lifestyle vlogging, how I share content with my iPhone 13. So you guys can get it in full context here. This is what it looks like. We've got the phone in place on the C-clamp. We've got it on the ball and head joint. Honestly, you may, you know, be able to just take this ball and head joint off completely and just put this directly on it. Here it is. If you want to put the tripod down, it locks right in place. It's nice and sturdy. You can extend it and get, you know, 18 inches at least, maybe 2 feet off the ground if you're looking to get that shot. Now, putting this right on your selfie stick, your tripod, there is your one of 2 different accessories here that we've gone over so far. All right, last but not least is going to be your wireless transmitter wireless microphone lavalier. This thing's really exciting here. Something that I've needed for the iPhone. This is going to be perfect for interviews. This is going to be great for being on location if you're trying to shoot something directly and trying to capture your audio, maybe doing an interview in a park or something like that. What's great is it's got the receiver that connects to your iPhone and the transmitter that connects to you with a lavalier mic. Guys, what is an iPhone 13 without gaming? Why would you get an iPhone 13 if you weren't going to utilize the incredible screen, the new graphics chip, as well as processor? You need a game on it. So what I use as far as gaming is this Jawbone gaming controller. The layout is just like the Xbox, where you've got the two different analog sticks. You've got a dedicated D-pad, ABXY, start select. You've even got a streaming option where you can capture your screen and your content, as well as a dedicated button for Jawbone. All right, I'm gonna go ahead here and start recording, and I'm gonna be really small and everything else is gonna be showing on my screen. All right, as you're playing here, oh, I just fell into the water. Wow, what a trap. Dang it. There we go. There we go. I made myself out, finally. Alright. So it looks like it's able to, you know, definitely play it at this high capacity. I put my field of view out, and I changed the sensitivity a little bit, and then I had the render distance from the chunks. I made it as wide as it could, and it looks fabulous. This is really how gaming should be. This is not how the game was played originally when I bought it on my iPad mini. This is fantastic. This looks so good. Next game I wanted to add was Oceanhorn. Beautiful game that's on the arcade. It's really cool. I've already played this game for about an hour. This one's very much like Zelda. It's so much fun. Really high quality here. I just got to this area, but it plays so much like Zelda. You even kind of look like Link. You got your sword and shield and all that good stuff. Such a high quality, plays perfectly on this phone. No problems whatsoever. Okay, I've gone over some of the best accessories that I think are terrific for this device in reviewing it. I'm not going to sit here again and throw up all the different specs. And I've shown you guys up to this point a bunch of accessories that help in productivity. It makes your lifestyle better with an awesome case that looks savvy. I'm going to go ahead and vlog on this. We're going to be going to a Big 12 football game this weekend. All of it will be shot on this phone. And I will try to narrate what that looks like here. So, all right, this is the front-facing camera here. We're here at the BYU game. Looking forward to it. We're gonna make our way to our seat, and I mean, this camera does so well in low light. Granted, there's a lot of overhead lighting here, but back there, I mean, it's so fantastic. This line's ridiculous. It's gonna take forever. End it on this path. I think it looks good. It's my style. Go Cougs. So one of the staples at the game is getting a cougar tail. Let's chomp. It's a gigantic maple bar. How is it? Alright guys, good game. I'll see you guys. It's not quite over, but it's getting late. It's like 11 o'clock. that's what it looks like here on the iPhone 13. With that said, folks, iPhone 13 is fantastic. I use this as my daily driver. It is so impressive. I love how small it is. It fits in the palm of my hand. I love the camera lenses. It's not as robust as the Pro Max, but if you're just gonna be, uploading to the cloud, if you're just gonna be shooting stuff of your kids, of your family, you wanna catalog it, upload it, it's fantastic. That's what you should be doing it with. It's terrific for editing. I use some of those software that you saw that I showcased here on editing my photos and my videos, and it can do all of that. It lasts for a long time, and I've even showed some accessories that can complement your day. If you've gone, to a festival all day and you just need to top off, Magsafe case with a Magsafe enabled power bank is for you. I gamed. I showed you some of my favorite video games that are compatible with the controller. A lot of people are going to be upset that this isn't your typical tech review. It was more like a vlog or like an accessory spit. I'm not trying to do that, but rather share with you my lifestyle and how I consume this device. If you like this content, guys, why don't you hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. My name is Andy, and we'll see you on the next one.